Hi, welcome to the. Hi, I'm Dr. Arun Fred. Welcome to the next episode of Learning. Today we'll be seeing how to perform one sample t-test both in Excel and in SPSS. One sample t-test. So the name one sample t-test, why this one sample t-test is used, and uh, what are the rules for applying one sample t-test is we are going to see initially, and then we will be performing manually and then in SPSS. One sample t-test is used when the sample is drawn from the population with a known mean. You know the mean of the population, and then you get the sample. One sample t-test, what it does is it compares the mean of population and the mean of sample. So if there is any difference, it will be identified in one sample t-test. As the name suggests, one sample t-test, it is a one variable test and must have a small collection of people. So to perform one sample t-test, we frame this hypothesis. So hypothesis H naught, the weight of population mean is equal to the sample mean. So here are the list of weights from the sample, and we know the population mean. Now we are going to compare sample mean. The null hypothesis is both population mean and sample mean is equal. An alternate hypothesis says both are different. So this is what we are going to find out in one sample t-test. So as I said here, we know the population mean. So here is the population, its mean. So it is known. Let's assume for this category, the mean for the population is 56, which is known. So in your question, this will be listed. The population mean will be provided to you. Now and the formula for one sample t-test is this, and we are going to execute this through this particular step. And we have discussed already how to calculate mean, standard deviation, variance, etc. in another video. You can go through it. I'm not elaborating that in this particular video. So in the formula for calculating one sample t-test, we have x bar, that is sample mean, mu population mean, divided by the standard deviation of sample divided by the root of the sample n. So this is the formula, and we are going to execute this. Okay, so first is you have to calculate mean, that is average of all the data enter, you get the sample average. Next you want the standard deviation equal to STDEV, so bracket, select all the sample weights, close the bracket, enter, you get the standard deviation. Now you require the number of sample, you just want to count it, count from value all the samples, get 23 samples are there. Now you want to know the degrees of freedom. So degrees of freedom is denoted by n minus 1. So it is equal to n is 23 minus 1. Okay, degrees of freedom is 22. Now we are going to calculate the numerator part. Here you have sample mean, that is here, minus population mean. Sample mean minus population mean. Enter. So now you are going to calculate the denominator. It is equal to standard deviation divided by square root of this value, that is n, that is our sample size. Enter, you get the denominator. So now you have to calculate the calculated t-value, that is this formula. You have to divide numerator and denominator equal to numerator divided by denominator. This is the calculated t-value. We have found the t-value now. Now you have to get the critical value, that is table value. So probably you will be knowing the table. So this table value with different alpha. So probably we will be seeing at 0.05 level of significance on two tail. Our degrees of freedom is 22. So here is 22, and in 0.05 it's 2.074. You can write it 2.074. From the two values you can say that calculated t-value is lesser than table value. So if calculated t-value is lesser than table value, you accept H naught. Accepting H naught means weight of the population mean is equal to the sample mean. So you have got a sample, its mean is equivalent to the population mean. So this is what you have found out in one sample t-test. So just elaborate. We have collected a sample regarding weight of a class. We know the population, the weight of the population is 56. So now we have to check whether our sample weight is equal to the population weight. So that we perform one sample t-test with the formula which is given here. We have calculated, since the calculated t-value is less than table value, we accept H naught, saying weight of population mean is equal to sample mean. This is about one sample t-test. Now we are going to see how to perform the same test in SPSS. So for calculating one sample t-test, I have selected this variable of completing the work. So completing the work, it takes 5 days. Different people complete the same work. Some people can complete the work in 1 day, 2 days, till 5 days. So this is the uh, input. So we have to calculate whether the sample mean is equal or different with the population mean. And I assume the population mean to be 3. For this population mean to be 3, the population mean averagely people complete in 3 days. That is my assumption. So this is the data view, and in data view you can find the samples actually. So now to perform one sample t-test, you go with analyze, compare means one sample t-test. Analyze, compare means one sample t-test. You click. So first what you have to do is you have to select the completing work which we are going to calculate and put into the test variable. Then, as I said, our population mean is 3, so we are entering that 3 here in the test value. So population will mean is 3, so the population mean is entered here in the test value. Now you give OK, you will get this particular thing. So this is the mean, number of sample, mean and standard deviation what we calculated manually we have obtained in SPSS. This is the next table where we can find the t-value, the degrees of freedom which is n-1, and the p-value. So p-value is the calculated significance value, that is 0.001. So it is less than 0.05, therefore it is a significant value. So with this result you can say alternate hypothesis is accepted and null hypothesis is rejected. Therefore the mean of population is not equal to the sample mean. So both are different. That is how we interpret this result. So hope you had got insight about one sample t-test by doing manually and in SPSS.